Relationship advice. Update. My 27 male wife, 27 female, cheated on me with my best friend, 26 male. Original post. I don't even know where to begin. I can't describe how I'm feeling right now or how to process any of this. I made this account initially to see if anyone else has gone through something remotely similar to this, and unfortunately, it's not that uncommon. I apologize in advance for the length of this post. I just needed to get this all out because I thought I'd go insane. I met my wife, we'll call her Sue, in college. We were both 18 at the time. We hit it off as soon as we went on our first date, and were spewing I love yous within weeks of us dating. She kinda pursued me, but I was glad as hell that she did. We shared our deepest insecurities and secrets with each other. And when her dad passed away in her senior year of college, I was there for her through the whole ordeal. Her father had pancreatic cancer, and when he was hospitalized, I'd spend nights at the hospital with her so she wouldn't be alone. We got through it, and that point in time strengthened our bond. She told me she didn't know what she would have done if I hadn't been there for her. She called me her soulmate. I knew I was going to marry this girl, and sure enough, I popped the question about 2 years after we graduated. At that point in time, life couldn't get any better for me. I married the girl of my dreams, had a well-paying job immediately after graduating, and both our families loved us. My best friend, we'll call him Dave, and I had what I could only describe as an unbreakable brotherly bond, or so I thought. We had known each other since 3rd grade, and he was the brother I never had. He was also married, and moved away with his wife, because she had landed a lucrative job at a big law firm. About a year ago, his wife died in a car crash, and this broke him. He moved back to our hometown afterwards, but he was never the same. I tried to be there for him, but he wouldn't engage with anyone. No one understood the pain he was going through. So, I asked my wife if she could talk to him, seeing as she had also lost a loved one, and that maybe Dave could relate better with someone who went through something similar. Yes, I know now that this was a huge mistake. We'd pay him visits daily. She would spend hours on end at his place, even without me there. They were going on hikes together, watching movies and not inviting me, grabbing lunch, all things couples do. Now obviously, this was far more interaction than I had intended for them to have, and it did make me uncomfortable. But Dave was doing much better from it. It's important to say that Dave and Sue never liked each other before all this happened. This is because Sue always thought he was a douche. Before he married his wife, Dave was bouncing from relationship to relationship, and even after he got with his deceased wife, he constantly cheated on her. As a result, Sue had a particular dislike for him and always questioned how I could be friends with someone with such low morals. This disdain for Dave is also what made me oblivious to what was to come. As I mentioned, Sue and Dave became inseparable, to the point where she would invite him to things I had planned for us as a couple. Moreover, she started portraying characteristics of what I now know to be classic cheater behavior, always on her phone, becoming increasingly distant, little to no intimacy, and coming home very late. At this point, it was all too suspicious, and one day, she was texting and I asked who she was talking to. She said it was one of her girlfriends, and when I asked to see what they were saying, she became very irritated and called me possessive. When I talked to Dave about how uncomfortable their friendship was making me, he assured me nothing was up, and even accused me of not trusting him and my own wife. I was getting gaslit. This continued, until one day Sue went out again. She said she was going to her sister's for the weekend, because she needed some space from me because I was driving her crazy with my accusations. I was still very suspicious and called her sister to confirm if she was indeed expecting Sue to visit. She confirmed that she was, but that Sue had not yet arrived. Mind you, she had left around 3 p.m., and her sister's place is about 4 hours away from where we live. It was now 10 p.m., something in the back of my head told me to go to my friend's house, so I did. Sure enough, my wife's car is parked a couple of feet away from my friend's house. At this point, it was clear as day as to what was going on, and I hate to admit it, but I cried hard. After a few minutes, I decided to go in and see if this is really what was happening. I went in through the back door which I knew would be open. I quietly made my way in, and I could hear my wife moaning. I was shaking. When I made it to the door of his bedroom, I could see through the creak. My wife, bent over on his nightstand. I'll never get that image out of my head. I'm literally crying as I'm writing this down. I pushed the door wide open and they both froze, staring at me. It took every ounce of my being not to beat the living hell out of Dave. I just walked away and got into my car. I could hear them scrambling, and my wife started screaming at me to stop, and that she can explain. I didn't want to look at her. I don't know what I would have done, So I just drove away. I cried the entire drive home and they were both spamming me with calls. I went to one of my college friends and have been here the past week or so. I can't eat, I can't sleep, and I can't think of anything else. I informed my work of what was going on, and they were kind enough to give me time off. I've been getting phone calls from both Dave and Sue, as well as both our families. I let my family know I was alright and would be back soon. But I haven't responded to anyone else ever since. This hurts. So bad. I'm trying to be strong, but my resolve is wavering. How can someone you love so selfishly do this? I don't know what to do. How do I deal with this? Please help me. Now for the top advice before reading the update. I feel like cheaters are always the biggest hypocrites too. My ex always said, cheating is disgusting, I would never do that, blah blah blah. Then they turn around and do it. It's such crap. I love how she hated him for cheating and bouncing through relationships, then the moment he lost his wife who he had been cheating on, he acted sad and depressed. Maybe he always liked OP's wife and just wanted to get in her pants? I don't want to sound horrible or that I don't have a heart. Stay strong OP. Get in touch with a lawyer fast. Immediately freeze all joint financial assets, like checking, savings and retirement accounts. And change all of your passwords. Yes, I know now that this was a huge mistake. No. You did nothing wrong. You asked your wife, who you trusted to help your friend, like a brother, to help him with his loss. You had the best of intentions for people you care about. Do not blame yourself for trying to do something good. Sadly, they turned out to be trash people who don't deserve you. No matter what some people may say, there's no justification for cheating. Divorce ASAP. No contact. All communication through lawyers. You did well holding back rage, it would have resulted in years worth of jail time. I would definitely take that time off to rest and plan your next move, which is file for divorce. Do not go back to them, they'll just do it again. After divorce, focus on yourself and therapy. It'll help you straighten yourself out and cope in a more healthy manner. Best of luck. Edit. I edited this post and removed the self-ending thoughts I had. I read most of your comments, but couldn't respond. I wanted to thank each and every one of you who offered support to me through this difficult time. From the bottom of my heart. Thank you. You have no idea how much your words helped me think in a more positive light since all of this happened. You all gave me hope that there are genuinely kind and caring people in the world. To everyone who sent me a private message, thank you. I'm going to be responding to as many of you as possible. There were many of you. 50+ PMs. Thank you so much for the support. Also, I took your advice and I'm currently looking at getting a divorce lawyer to weigh out my options. My friend recommended one who he described as a shark lol. I'll update you all on how things go. Again, thank you all. And now for the update. First off, I wanted to thank you all for your support and words of advice. You all made this time in my life somewhat bearable. Some of you shared your own stories, and made me realize that this is something I can come back from. I had many thoughts about self-deletion, but I think I'm past that now. Thank you so much for caring. Many of you were asking me for an update, so here it is. She sent me this email. I know you need your space right now and I'm the last person you want to talk to, but I can't help it. I feel like I'm going insane. I never meant for any of this to happen. You are the last person I ever wanted to hurt. And knowing the amount of pain and suffering I've caused you, is a new kind of hell for me. It hurts, but I know you're hurting more. My relationship with Dave started out innocent. I never had any intention of it going anywhere near as far as it did. It just happened. I'm not going to lie to you and say this was the first time it happened. We've had intercourse several times, as I'm sure you already know. You're a very smart man, and that's one of the many things I love about you. However, my relationship with Dave only turned physical about a week before you found out. The rest of the time, it was only emotional. We connected on a much deeper level than I had intended, and things just escalated from there. I know you brought us closer with all the right intentions. You are the most caring person I have ever known, and I don't even know where to begin describing how sorry I am for what I did to you. I will never forget the hurt I saw in your eyes when you found out, and I'm going to live with that guilt the rest of my life. I have feelings for Dave, that I won't deny. But those feelings are nowhere near as strong as the feelings I have for you. I love you so much, you are my soulmate. My everything. I know my actions would say otherwise, but it's the truth. Don't ever question my love for you. It's real. That part of our relationship has always been real. I don't know why I did it. I think it was the excitement of something new and the taboo of the whole situation, as cold as it sounds. I'm not trying to hurt you when I say it. I'm just trying to be honest. I genuinely don't know why I would do something like this, to you of all people. I'm a vile, selfish person. That, I can't deny. I did something unforgivable, and I can only ask for forgiveness. That's how selfish I am. I'm a hypocrite and I know it. You have every right to hate me, and no one can blame you for it. But I wanted to let you know that what I did had nothing to do with you. It wasn't your fault at all. Dave and I took advantage of your kindness, and for that, I am sorry. I really am. He is too. There are so many things I want to say to you, but they have to be said in person. Take as much time as you want, but please, I'm begging you, give me the chance to make this right. Please come home. I love you. I don't know what to make of that. There are many more of those kinds of emails, but I wanted to share that one because it left me confused. I definitely don't know the person I married. What do you guys make of it? As many of you guys suggested, as well as family and friends, I contacted a lawyer and met up with her yesterday. I gave her all the details and she seemed to be very motivated to help me come out of this as financially whole as possible, given the circumstances. I still love my wife dearly, but I don't know if this is something I can get over. I received lots of messages from Dave too, but I don't want to read them. I often switch from sorrow to rage, and don't know how to feel right now. Should I try to see if reconciliation is possible, or should I just end this marriage now and save myself more heartbreak? My family knows everything. Apparently, Sue confessed what she had done to everyone. I've been away from everyone for more than 2 weeks now, and I still don't know what to do. The pain still feels fresh. Every time I close my eyes, I can see nothing else but Sue and Dave together, and the pain doesn't seem to be lessening. I know most of you are saying to just divorce, and I would say the same thing too, but things aren't that black and white when you are the one in this situation. Given all this new info, I'd appreciate any advice, particularly from people who've been here. Betrayed spouses and waywards, how did you manage to move past this? Is it even possible? Right now, I'm almost certainly going to move on with the divorce, but I just need reassurance I'm making the right decision. I've read all your comments, and felt I needed to end this. I was told by her, as well as family and friends, that she has been living with her sister the past few weeks. In one of her emails, she explained that she has only spoken to Dave once since I found out, and went full no contact with him. Her mother called me and apologized for her daughter's behavior via text. I didn't pick up her calls. She said Sue is in individual counseling at the moment. In another one of her emails, she said she was never going to leave me for Dave. She has feelings for him, but she doesn't love him. Huh? Dave is supposedly leaving soon, but is apparently holding it off until he speaks to me face to face. There's a lot of other stuff I haven't addressed, and I'm probably leaving out some details, but some of my family and friends are saying I should just talk to her and move on from there. That's where I'm at now. Now for some top comments. Your wife is saying the exact same things that caught cheaters always say, and never actually mean. She isn't sorry she did what she did. She had multiple chances to make different choices, and she chose to be selfish every single time. She is only sorry she got caught, and now has to face consequences for her own actions. If you hadn't caught her, she would still be cheating on you, and would keep cheating on you until she did get caught. At which point, she'd be trying to sell you the same line of BS she's trying to sell you now. There is no saving your marriage from this, not in any way that would be positive for your mental health and happiness. Ending the marriage will hurt, but once it's over, you can begin to heal, and eventually move on with dating and find someone who is as loyal to you as you deserve, which will never be your current wife by the way. She's incapable of being loyal to anything except what she wants. Staying, on the other hand, will be nothing but months or years, sometimes decades, of pain and distrust, and you never fully heal, and you're stuck with someone who isn't loyal and never will be. Thank you so much for your advice. The more I think about it, the more I'm realizing I can't get past this. I never meant for this to happen. It just happened. Just escalated from there. These are not the words of someone who understands how bad they screwed up. This is someone making excuses and minimizing their own role in the whole mess. The rest of the time it was only emotional. We connected on a much deeper level. I have feelings for him, that I won't deny. Are you going to be able to get past these things? Even with your best intentions? I doubt it. I don't know why I did it. I genuinely don't know why I would do something like this. So, she doesn't have any solutions for preventing this from happening in the future, And again she is failing to take accountability for what she did. You are my soulmate. My everything. People don't so carelessly risk things that are extremely important to them. I concur with everything you have said. I guess I just needed validation in my thoughts. The fact that she says she still has feelings for him, makes me advise you to end it. Because then you are going to have to deal with her, mourning the end of that relationship. It's a lot to deal with on top of the betrayal. I am doubtful of whether it actually ended. I would like to believe what she said, but I don't. However, I could be wrong. Good luck. I had trouble believing it as well, but everyone is telling me she has been at her sister's, and hasn't been leaving the house since all this happened. But, didn't her sister cover for her in the first place? Wasn't your wife supposed to be at her sister's when she was screwing your friend? I wouldn't trust any of that nonsense. Her sister didn't know about the affair. The night I found out, my soon-to-be ex-wife was supposed to be at her sister's, but she wasn't there. She let me know that her sister hadn't arrived and didn't know where she was. I don't think she would have told me that if she knew about them. And that's it for this video guys. If you have thoughts to share, leave a comment below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you like this content. I'll catch you in the next one. Good day everyone.